Hello everyone, welcome to the Scumdogs Kennel. I'm your host, Chris Williams, and in today's Cryptid Corner mini episode, I have two truly bizarre alien and supernatural stories. One account, we have basically this angelic intruder that was frightening the experiencer, and another, this alien woman shows off her hybrid child to another witness. Let's read the first article, Hybrid Child Revealed. Let's get into this account now and hear exactly what was seen. In the early morning hours of June 7th, 2012, a man with a history of alien abduction experiences awoke to a scene that would permanently mark his understanding of reality. What began as the sound of a child laughing quickly unfolded into a vivid encounter involving gray entities, an unexplained aerial light source, and a startling revelation about a hybrid child. The account is notable not only for its clarity and emotional detail, but also for independent corroboration from a nearby witness. Let's get into the story now, folks, and read the full thing. Why would a non-human intelligence present a child to a human parent and then never return? Editorial note. This account was submitted directly to Phantoms and Monsters and includes independent corroboration from a nearby witness describing anomalous illumination over the same location. Let's get into the actual thing now. According to the witness, the incident occurred at approximately 3 a.m. He awoke suddenly to the sound of a child laughing inside his bedroom. Turning toward the noise, he observed a young boy running back and forth beside his bed. Almost immediately, he realized he could not move his body, felt completely under his control, and when he tried to yell, no sound came out. As his awareness sharpened, he noticed that the entire room was filled with intense white light. It was not sunlight, but it was brighter than any artificial lighting he'd ever seen. The illumination filled the room evenly without a visible source at first. When he looked toward the window, he saw a tall gray alien positioned outside. The window was on the second floor of the house, leaving him unsure whether the being was levitating or clinging to the structure. Upon making eye contact, the entity appeared to react. The witness described the being shifting from a solid form into a static, kaleidoscope-like distortion before vanishing instantly. At that moment, his paralysis ended. He moved to the window and observed approximately 6 additional tall gray entities retreating toward the nearby woods. The brightness remained overwhelming, and he realized the light source was directly above his house. Very bizarre, folks. Truly bizarre. Let's continue. The boy then took hold of his hand and pulled him towards the bedroom door. The witness described his mental state as detached and compliant, as if operating on autopilot. At the top of the stairs, he encountered a woman seated calmly. She appeared fully human, wearing a pink hooded sweatshirt and gray sweatpants. The woman spoke reassuringly, telling him not to be afraid. She stated that they had met before and explained that the boy was their child. She further said that the child lived with them, referring to the gray beings. At this point, the witness felt an unnatural sense of calm and fearlessness. His next memory was of the 3 of them walking out of the house together. After that, his recollection went completely blank. Well, that is quite the story so far, folks. Let's continue, because I have a few ideas about it. The witness later shared the experience with his sister and brother-in-law. Both reacted with visible shock and told him that his brother-in-law's mother, who lived directly across the street, had independently reported waking up that same night. She described seeing an intense light outside brighter than daylight centered over the witness's house. She was too frightened to approach the window, but remained certain about what she had observed. The witness emphasized that this was not his only abduction experience. More than a decade later, he has not seen the hybrid child again. Indeed, folks, why would this alien being present her hybrid child to the father here, folks, if he was never going to see it again? Then again, maybe he has seen this child, but has had his memories completely blocked out from him, from his conscious mind? Perhaps. We can discuss this idea later, folks, with a few more ideas. Either way, let's get to the next article. Angelic Intruder Encounter. A beautiful face with loveless eyes in Berkeley, California. Let's read this particularly bizarre story of this witness witnessing this angelic-looking entity. Maybe it's actually a story of a real angel, folks, but we won't know till we actually read the story. From the sounds of the, title, it doesn't sound like it, folks, so let's get into it. During a summer night in the hills above Berkeley, California, a witness was awakened by a frantic barking from multiple guard dogs outside the home. What followed was a brief but terrifying encounter that resulted in paralysis, loss of consciousness, and lingering fear. The details suggest an experience that may not fit neatly into conventional categories. The incident occurred at night while I was asleep in my home, located in the hills above Berkeley. It was summer, and I had left the bedroom window open as I always did. The bathroom was attached to my bedroom and featured a bathtub beneath a large picture window overlooking the backyard. I was awakened by the sound of 5 large watchdogs barking frantically in the yard. Their behavior was highly unusual and immediately alarmed me. I got out of bed and went to the bathroom to see what was happening. I placed one knee on the windowsill and leaned out, initially looking to my right where the dogs were gathered. I quickly realized they were barking at something to my left. When I turned my attention in that direction, I saw what I first assumed was an intruder standing in the yard. My initial reaction was confrontational and instinctive. I remember thinking, "Who is there?" The figure was standing with its back to me and its head lowered. It was wearing what appeared to be a long black cape. This struck me as odd and confusing. Moments later, the figure lifted its head and slowly turned to look over its shoulder at me. So far, a bizarre story, folks. What was with the cape, and why was this being in this witness's yard? Let's read further now. What I saw next is difficult to describe. The face was beautiful, almost angelic, with soft features and long blonde hair. My immediate thought was that it looked like a boy, perhaps 14 to 16 years old. That impression lasted only a second. Then our eyes met. Its eyes were green, cold, loveless, and utterly heartless. The fear that hit me was overwhelming. I was instantly paralyzed and lost consciousness. I woke the next morning in my bed as though I had gone directly from the moment of the encounter to waking up. I leapt out of bed, fully convinced that what I experienced had not been a dream. I ran straight to the bathroom to check the window. The bathroom window was closed. I knew with certainty that it had been opened when I went to bed. That was the only physical evidence I could find, but I also knew deep down that this had truly happened. The fear lingered for a long time afterward. I was terrified to be alone and would not go anywhere in the house, even to the bathroom, without my dog. The sense of dread stayed with me for an extended period. I have never known how to classify this experience, but I felt compelled to share it. F. Well, F here had a truly bizarre experience, don't you think, folks? What was this angelic being? Was it an angel? A demon? An ultra-terrestrial being? Because from the cape that it was wearing, folks, it really brings to mind that maybe this entity was some sort of mystical being wearing some sort of, bizarre garb that came with a cape. Maybe it really was a wizard, and this is what our witness saw. Or maybe, literally, he saw a Tolkien elf, folks, that was basically dressed up, for literally going on some sort of adventure. But what about the first story with the alien being, folks? That has truly some bizarre, things about it as well. This woman was a truly bizarre being that showed off this child. And the child itself, folks, unlike other alien hybrid stories, folks, the child, definitely acted like an actual human child here, folks. It might have been an alien being because it seemingly knew what it was basically told to do. It took its father's hands and led him to, his mother. And it acted like a child, basically laughing and playing around. So, unlike other stories with these alien beings basically being, almost emotionless and basically, literally basically just standing there with basically no thought beyond basically, that they're just statues that most people can sometimes basically say about them. Here, with this being actually had emotions, unlike basically this blonde-haired young boy wearing literally a superhero costume with a cape or a fantasy outfit fit for basically going on, some epic adventure. All I know for sure, folks, is that both accounts, while they're completely different and have different things in them, both of them have the same feeling of bizarreness and strangeness about them. That's what I have to say about both accounts, folks. Truly bizarre stories, and maybe there is a relationship between both of them. But now we're at the end, so please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Read comics, they're bad for you. You can use the YouTube link down below in descriptions or the chat to go subscribe me. Hit that like button for me. Make sure you're still subscribed. Leave some comments down below. Hit that bell for notifications. Make sure to hit the part of the bell that'll give you all future notifications, and please share this video out. I'm Chris Williams from the Scumdogs Kennel. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another great video. So be sure to come back again then. Till next time, folks, I'll see you all again soon.